Since the tragedy at JJ's restaurant, people around Kansas City have been much more aware of utility line breaks.
Investigator Melissa Yeager joins us with the surprising reason why we're seeing more line breaks around the metro. Melissa.
And so utility locate crews, when they come out, mark each utility in a different color. So you can see here by this rainbow of color here on the pavement, the growing problem right beneath our feet.
Probably one of my greatest accomplishments is getting my own home.
Days after Andrea Ford moved into her first home, she knew her home had a problem.
My neighbors had mentioned there's plumbers here quite often.
Her dad, Gary, hired a plumber to check out the lines, but the plumber didn't find anything. Then Gary received a call from crews replacing city sewer lines near Andrea's home. They found a communications line running straight through her sewer line.
As you can see, it entered the pipe about here and went right on through, tearing out and destroying the sewer line completely. That would give anybody sewer problems.
I was in disbelief, quite frankly. I'm like, what are we going to do about this?
What happened to Andrea isn't unusual. As telecommunication crews work to install new fiber optic cable in the Kansas City area,
Firefighters shut off gas.
We've reported on several gas and water line breaks. Figures from the Missouri Public Service Commission show damage to utility lines is actually down from the height of 3,422 statewide in 2007 to just 1,963 in 2011. But that doesn't mean that crews are striking lines less often. When the economy tanked, construction dropped off, and so did the number of damaged lines. Now that the economy has improved, construction and investment in new utility technology is ramping up, causing an increase in line breaks, and it's all due to a growing problem right below your feet.
I think people would really be surprised if they knew.
Merv Moorhead chairs the Utility and Right-of-Way Committee for the American Public Works Association.
The right-of-way it's a finite space. There's only so much of it. We can't make more.
His group is currently studying how to solve the growing congestion underground.
The more crowded that gets, the harder it is for the contractor to install a new line, and then the greater the risk for damage to existing lines.
To give you an idea, this is a picture of the web of utilities one construction crew saw when they dug up an area in Lenexa. Unless you're in an area of new construction, the lines rarely head in the same direction. And each time a new utility comes to your home, another line has to fit in this small space. Oftentimes, the old lines are just abandoned, and that can cause problems for utility locate crews and for construction crews.
That signal they induce on the line, it can jump from the line they intended to be on to an abandoned line.
Moorhead's committee is trying to brainstorm ways to handle abandoned utility lines, but it hasn't been an easy conversation.
It's something that not everybody wants to address. It's not a popular topic. It can be quite costly to remove those. And in the process of removal, you can damage other utilities at the same time.
Meanwhile, Andrea Ford is thankful the water crews discovered the underground mess that could have cost her a lot of money in the long run. The crew that discovered the break also repaired the line for free.
I told my daughter to go buy a lottery ticket because that was her lucky day.
And Moorhead says some communities in Europe have actually started running new utilities through those old existing abandoned lines, but there's a lot of debate on whether that's safe and whether it would work here in the United States. I'm Investigator Melissa Yeager, 41 Action News.